Hello friends, we have been seeing the current affairs and the potential areas of questions for the civil service examinations in the crash course session. As a continuation to the last session, we shall discuss the news relating to fundamental rights and the potential areas of the questions relating to fundamental rights from those news items. Today, in this session, we shall focus on Article 19. There have been judgments of Supreme Court in the recent past relating to Article 19. One of the important judgment is relating to Article 19 is conducting business on internet is a fundamental right. This is what the Supreme Court has ruled. The court has ruled that conducting a business on internet is associated with Article 19, and the state cannot restrict or deny the free speech on internet because the medium can circulate information widely. Right? Fine. Now let us understand what is it. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A provides for, what do you mean by the right to freedom of speech and expression. It deals with the right to freedom of speech and expression. Now, speech refers to expression of one's ideas. See, what do you mean by this freedom and how it is related to, or why is it important? According to the Supreme Court, see, remember, this term expression is one of the important terms in the Constitution that has been subjected to widest interpretations. So, expression refers to forming and having an opinion, then telling out the opinion. If it is told out by way of words of mouth, it is called as right to freedom of speech. Or if it is told out through any other medium, it is called as freedom of expression, which means it can be told out as a writing, as a gesture, right? Which means, other medium means both verbal and non-verbal. Through gestures, even dancing, certain art forms are considered to be freedom of expression. Painting, right, making movies, and whatever we are now doing, this is also part of freedom of expression. So, freedom of speech and expression is guaranteed by Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A, and it can be through any medium, and internet being a medium. See, when I say telling out, it means disseminating. This is what the Supreme Court has ruled. The freedom of expression guaranteed by 19 Clause 1 Subclause A guarantees the right to form an opinion, have an opinion, disseminate the opinion, elicit the opinion from somebody and disseminate to many. Not necessarily that I have the right only to disseminate my opinion to everybody. I can also draw the opinion from somebody and then disseminate it. See, from that only the freedom of press flows out. Freedom of press. Freedom of press is implied in the right to freedom of speech and expression guaranteed by 19 Clause 1 Subclause A. When I say freedom of press, this includes freedom of newspapers, news agencies, news channels, media, mass media like cinema. They all fall under this right to freedom of expression. Alright? Because I have the right to form an opinion, have an opinion. Because see, you have to read this along with the preamble. The preamble to Constitution of India says the objective of the Constitution to guarantee liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Liberty of thought and expression are the basis for development of a human being. It's not mere economic growth. It is not mere how much you earn and what is your standard of living. It's about the development. The development of the human being will be measured or will be more marked based on his thought and expression. When it comes to thought, the thought must be totally unfettered and liberal. That's what the founding fathers of the Constitution envisaged. Without a liberal thought, without the liberty to think and express what you or what one thinks about, the development never comes. That is the reason why even the preamble focuses on that, the liberty of thought, expression, belief. And the Supreme Court has very well connected right to freedom of speech and expression with preamble, and they have interpreted this. The court in several cases took the preamble as the base and interpreted the expression widely to give many meanings to the term expression in the Constitution, Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A. That's the reason why the court has ruled here also as the right to freedom of speech and expression cannot be taken away. It cannot be taken away by the state. Further, conducting a business, trade, occupation or practicing a profession is also a right guaranteed under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause G. Right to. So these both rights have to be taken into account together. These two rights have to be taken together when it comes to the business activity on the internet. In case of now let us understand this 19 Clause 1 Subclause G. This provides that it is a right guaranteed to every citizen of India to practice a profession of his choice or to carry on a business, trade or occupation of his choice throughout the territory of India. Alright. However, these two rights are subjected to reasonable restrictions. The reasonable restriction upon 19 Clause 1 Subclause A can be imposed on the grounds provided for in Article 19 Clause 2. Similarly, the reasonable restriction upon the right guaranteed by 19 Clause 1 Subclause G can be imposed on the grounds given in 19 Clause 6. Along with the grounds of reasonable restriction, 19 Clause 6 also contains certain conditions. The most important one is when a citizen of India is practicing a profession or carrying on a business, trade or occupation, he has to ensure that that business or occupation or profession is a moral one. Right? It should be a moral one. the right to freedom of profession or carrying on trade, business or occupation does not mean you can or anyone can carry on a business that is immoral. Right? It should not be illegal and it should not be immoral. A business that is lawful and moral. A moral business is one that does not cause any damage to the ethos of the society, any damage to the value systems of the society, will not be contradicting with the general standards and the beliefs of the society, and will not cause any harm to the society. Such business would be called as a moral business. If any of these things will happen, then it will be an immoral business. As long as the business on internet is not, right, as long as the business on internet is not immoral and illegal, the state cannot and must not unnecessarily interfere. And in case the state wants to regulate, it has to regulate or restrict, it has to be based on the conditions given in Article 19 Clause 2 and 19 Clause 6. So this you have to understand very clearly with respect to the business. Same way, the court has ruled one more thing relating to 19 Clause 1 subclause A. The social media posting. The court has ruled that social media posting is a fundamental right. Meaning, the court, particularly the Chief Justice, remarked that posting on social media was tantamount to be a fundamental right applicable to all citizens, including Government of India. Right? Because in Tripura, there was an issue relating to an individual posting on the social media something offending the ruling party, and the ruling party took action against him, and he challenged the orders of action taken against him in the High Court of Tripura, which struck it down as unconstitutional, and the appeal was made to Supreme Court. In the appeal, the Supreme Court said anything posted in the social media need not be looked at with apprehension. Right, looked at with apprehension, because posting in social media also falls under the right to freedom of speech and expression. As far as the prelims is concerned, this much is enough. However, because whatever we have discussed as part of 19 Clause 1 subclause A in the previous issue will be applicable to here also, and most important, please do understand the grounds on which the right to freedom of speech and expression can be restricted as given in 19 Clause 2. Same way, read 19 Clause 6, which provides for conditions and grounds of restriction for freedom of profession, trade, occupation or business. Here there are 8 grounds, here there is only one ground, public interest, but there are 2 important conditions. So 19 Clause 6 contains 2 conditions and 1 ground for reasonable restrictions. So those will be applicable to here also. But this issue, posting in social media, is important for your mains. When it comes to mains, remember, previously they have already asked the question relating to what are the different forms of social media. Now this time you can expect, this can, in the mains it can be asked in essay paper, it can be asked in GS paper 1 or GS paper 2 as part of governance, or GS paper 4, the ethics involved in social media postings. What are the ethical issues involved in social media postings? For instance, social media is now becoming the most important media for rumors, spreading rumors. Then in social media we find defamation of individuals. A defamation of individuals is very casually taking place. Unwittingly, unintentionally, people are getting defamed. Right? And more specifically the comments for the postings. Right, the comments for the postings. For instance, we are now conducting the session here. After the end of the session, after watching, somebody you're free to comment, and the comment must be on, for instance, the comment must be on my content. It cannot be on me, on the personal note. Unfortunately, many comments are personal. We do not have that clarity of bifurcating, drawing a clear line of demarcation of what is personal and what is upon the performance. And another important thing with respect to comment is the words that are being used. Right, words that are being used. The words are very harsh, and at times filthy language is used, which amounts to character assassination of the person who is appearing or who is posting anything in his social media. So that's one of the important things. Similarly, it is now conflicting with civil services, concepts like civil services neutrality. Whether the officers are permitted to post certain informations, videos, photographs, or any other such postings, writings, which they come to know or get access to because of their official position, is right or wrong. It's a debatable issue. In that case, where is the civil services neutrality? It is an ethical issue. Right? For instance, you find many officers who are present in the Facebook. Right? They are present in Twitter, expressing their views. They are posting videos in Instagrams. Remember, such videos might not be possible for any other individual. For instance, wildlife videos. If a Forest Service officer is posting a wildlife video of something that he has shot on his own, just because he is an officer, he gets access to the reserve forest, which the private individuals will not have. And so, does this video, this chance, this right, is it his responsibility or right? Right, the right to the visiting a reserve forest. Is it a right of an officer, or since he is authority to manage that forest, is it his responsibility? This is clearly creating a conflict between rights or responsibility. If it is responsibility, then he should not post. If it is right, he can. So the fundamental right to freedom of speech and expression on social media is conflicting with the official responsibility and challenges or creates certain debates on civil service neutrality. So for the mains also, this is important. You have to make note of this for your mains. Similarly, this is important for optional papers of public administration, then sociology. Here also, the questions relating to social media can be asked. So make note of this. We shall continue with other issues relating to fundamental rights in the subsequent sessions. Thank you, friends.